from the WYLN studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania. WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, January 13th, 2015. I'm Ann Gownley. Tonight is the night, but will there be a Powerball winner this time? The Powerball jackpot is at a record-breaking $1.5 billion with an estimated take-home of $930 million after taxes, according to the Powerball's website. If no one wins this evening, it could reach $2 billion by the weekend. So get out there and get your tickets if you want to be the next Powerball winner. The winning numbers will be announced at 11 o'clock this evening. Somebody held up the Turkey Hill on East Main Street in the Parsons section of Wilkes-Barre last night. It happened about 10:30. A man walked in and pulled a knife on the clerk. He got off with an undetermined amount of cash. The suspect is described as a white male, about 5 feet 7 inches tall, 180 pounds, wearing a gray hooded sweatshirt. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Wilkes-Barre Police Department at 570-208-4200. West Hazleton police are asking for the public's help in identifying two individuals. These two men are persons of interest. The crime committed by the suspects are still unknown. Police are asking anyone with information to contact the police department at 570-455-3733. All information given will be strictly confidential. Hazleton police are on the lookout for a man who is wanted in relation to a stolen credit card. Police say the owner of the card left it inside his vehicle. The vehicle was then broken into while parked on Muir Avenue several weeks ago. During the week of December 20th, police say the card was used in an unlawful, quote, spending spree. Anyone with information is asked to call police at 570-459-4940 or dial 911. The winter weather season is upon us, and after last night's heavy snowfall, the Hazleton Department of Public Works wants all residents to be aware of the snow ban in place for the entire city. In 2.5 months, Hazleton Streets foreman Frank Vito said workers have had only to salt the streets twice, once being last night. Even with all the snow, Vito said there were some residents who did not abide by the snow ban in the city.
What we're asking is the snow ban's in effect from November 1st right through March, the end of March, and we're asking them, when they know that a storm is coming, to move to the snow ban side of the street. This way we can do our job a little more effectively than we've been able to. A lot of times it's very tough getting through the streets the way it is. So we do need the people to abide by the snow bans.
With the winter season beginning in 2015, residents are asked to park on the odd side of the street during the snowstorm until the end of March 2016. There are some streets that are exceptions. Those can be found under the streets on the city's website, hazletoncity.org.
We're not going to let every time it snows, to abide by the snow ban. They know that the city has this ordinance in effect, and like I said, it starts November 1st and it goes through March. So we are asking everybody to just use common sense and stay out of the courts if they could. This way we can go in the courts and plow them and salt them and to stay to the snow ban side of the street.
If you are found in violation of the snow ban, you will be fined by the Hazleton Police Department. Vito is hoping that everyone obeys the snow ban to make it easier for workers to clear the streets during a snowstorm. For more information, you may log on to the city's website. That address again is hazletoncity.org. Last night, Wilkes-Barre City Council asked questions about Mayor Tony George's pick as assistant solicitor, attorney Peter Moses. Council President Bill Barrett said he may even have a conflict of interest in that Moses' practice is heavily involved in criminal defense, with some of those cases being against the city. George's solicitor appointee Tim Henry said that Moses would be dropping the criminal defense portion of his practice. Other members questioned what an assistant solicitor does, what the position hours are, and whether one is needed. Moses' salary is set at $52,500 a year, below the budgeted amount, but he will receive benefits pushing the total compensation to $65,000. Wright Township has raised the stipend for its roadmaster supervisor, Louis Welbob. Supervisors first voted to set the pay at $200,000 a month, which it's been for about a decade. Monday night, they voted to rescind that as they were informed that supervisors don't have the authority to set the salary. It's the preview of the township auditors. Auditors voted to raise the salary at $250, with Auditors Chair Patricia Davis saying the slight raise was long overdue. Controversy at the farm show in Harrisburg. It has ordered at least 6 vendors to stop selling any and all Confederate flag items. Vendors were selling purses, belt buckles, t-shirts and hoodies, blankets, license plates, hats, and other items with the Confederate battle flag on them. Brandy Hinter Davenport, press secretary of the State Department of Agriculture, said vendors were told to stop their sale because some people find the flag offensive. The decision has sparked debate, with some people supporting it, others calling it ridiculous. There were words of several vendors skipping the show in protest, and several were absent yesterday, though it may have been more than the weather than a protest. Attendance at the farm show has been down this year, with some blaming the cost of parking. Well, it's time now for a first look at our forecast. It was a scary ride home for many yesterday as the snow blanketed a large portion of our viewing area. But can we see any more snow in our forecast? Gary Perna is in for Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik and is in the Weather Center with all the details. Gary, I hope there is no more snow, at least for this week.
Well, we're going to have a problem saying no to that, and snow is going to hit our area again tonight, but it's nothing major. We could see just some snow flurries pass through the area. Could leave a blanket on some of the roads, but nothing too bad. Looking in the past 24 hours here, as you could see, the temperatures are remaining the same all week. We're going to see this low here, especially in the northern part of the country and into our area as well. And currently out there, the temperatures really aren't changing. So what can we expect for this, light snowfall, we'll call it, that I don't really think is going to cause any problems tomorrow? We'll tell you all about that and what we can expect for the weekend coming up in a little bit. Ann?
Thanks, Gary. Coming up next, President Barack Obama delivered his last State of the Union address last evening, and we'll hear what Republican Congressman Lou Barletta thinks about the president's ideas for his remaining term and what he hopes for the future of America. Plus, a Hazleton man is back in business helping local animal shelters in need by giving them homemade dog beds. That and much more, including sports, is coming up here and only here on WYLN. Stay tuned.
You're watching WYLN News with Ann Gownley, Gary Perna, Julie Stefanovich, Paula Degnan, Chief Videographer Mike Lula, weather with meteorologist Joe Garbacik, sports with Eric DeBerardinis and Gabriella Justin.
Your body was made to move, fluidly and with ease. If the need for joint replacement surgery has stopped you in your tracks, it's time for a plan that can put you back in motion faster. The area's most experienced surgeons, the region's only nationally ranked program. That's Orthopedics in Action at Lehigh Valley Health Network.
Combined Insurance makes it easy to protect you and your loved ones by paying cash directly to you when you need it most. Whether you're looking for accident and sickness, disability, or life coverage, Combined Insurance has a policy to meet your needs and fit your budget. Call John Ravello, 570-499-0504 for an appointment to help determine the best coverage for you. That's John Ravello, 570-499-0504.
Today, Congressman Lou Barletta shared his thoughts on the president's final State of the Union. WYLN's Gary Perna has more.
Last night, President Barack Obama gave his last State of the Union address to the nation. But Congressman Lou Barletta was not impressed about the speech that Obama gave.
I think the reaction was different, whether you were Republican or Democrat, depending on what the president, the topic the president was discussing. However, I was very disappointed in the speech because the president lectured most of the time. sometimes taking jabs, and then talking about how we need to work together. And that's the kind of division that has created the atmosphere here in Washington, rather than a true sense of wanting to work together.
Barletta said when the president started talking about replacing coal and oil with cleaner technology, that struck a chord.
Sure, and that's probably where I differ the most with the president, and I've been a very outspoken critic of his attack on coal, his war on coal, which he is proud to say. He wants to make sure that there's no coal mining left in America. There is clean coal technology, and what the coal industry can do, not only for Pennsylvania but for the world, especially with the renewed interest in anthracite coal, which we have in our area. It's a way to reclaim the land, bring it back to beneficial use, and yet provide clean energy through clean coal technology around the world. And the president has been successful through regulations in eliminating thousands of jobs in Pennsylvania on his war on coal.
The congressman also had an issue with some of the comments the president made about gun laws.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, again, the president didn't talk about the people and the families that lost their lives in San Bernardino. He talked about these mass shootings that have occurred, whether it was in Paris or right here in the United States. But he didn't talk about the causes of those mass shootings, and instead pivoted into his favorite topic, and that's an attack on the Second Amendment at a time when the American people don't trust the government taking away their ability to protect themselves. If he was sincere in wanting to do something about these incidents that he cites, then we should talk about addressing mental health issues and the root causes, such as terrorism, that are causing these events. And he avoids talking about those, but yet talks about how we could punish Americans, go after Americans and their right to protect themselves, rather than going after the real issue.
Finally, Congressman Lou Barletta said he believes that ISIS is a bigger threat than the president thinks. Congressman Barletta sits in the Homeland Security Committee in the House and says he's been briefed on many issues that the nation needs to continue to watch.
People are afraid. Our national security is at risk. We are not safe right now. The president, I believe he talked about that the existence of America won't disappear because of ISIS. Well, that's not much of a reassurance. He did say some civilians may be affected. That's not what I want to hear out of the commander-in-chief, that that ISIS will blow the United States away, but some civilians may die.
Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Gary Perna.
Coming up next, Gary Perna is back with a full look at our forecast. Plus, a new animal shelter in Stroudsburg received a generous donation from a Hazleton man this afternoon. Hear all about it coming up next. Plus, Eric will be in with sports here on WYLN. Stay tuned.
Disney on Ice presents Dare to Dream, presented by Stonyfield Yo Kids Organic Yogurt. Nothing can stop a princess from a celebration of royal proportions. Rapunzel, Cinderella, Snow White, and Tiana are tangled together in a spectacular ice show with the Disney princesses you love. Bring your royal family for a jazzed-up, hair-raising, princess-packed adventure live in your hometown.
Tickets start at $15. Restrictions and charges may apply. Now playing at Mohegan Sun Arena. Visit Ticketmaster today.
Grand Central helps make your place the place. The place where comfort is king and style rules the day. The place where dinner time is family time and bedtime is beautiful. Right now on all furniture and bedding, the price on the floor is the price to your door. No tax, no delivery, no inflated prices, no kidding. Plus up to 36 months interest-free financing. Grand Central, helping make your place home.
Hi, I'm Donna Palermo, Secretary of Palermo Heart to Heart. We are now recruiting businesses, nonprofits, and individuals who carry beads of courage to encourage children or teens who have cancer or who are coping with other serious chronic illnesses to participate in the program. Inside each Carry a Bead kit is a matched bead set. Every time you carry a bead, you connect with the child. You keep and collect the other bead as a symbol of your commitment to care. If you or your business would like to participate in Beads of Courage, please visit our website listed on the screen.
All right, we're taking a look at the current temperatures out there across the country, and it's pretty much the same stuff we've been talking about for, the past few days. Really cold, low temperatures to the north here, and you can see right where the line is going, right across here, all the warmer air and warmer pressure staying down below us. So we're going to be in for a deep freeze kind of for the next few days. The past 24 hours, high temperatures here in the state, kind of the same what we've been seeing. 28 in Wilkes-Barre, 31 out in Williamsport, Selinsgrove at 34 as well, 40 down in Harrisburg. Now look at these low temperatures. A 7, a 3, we have a 4 out in Johnstown. Wilkes-Barre coming in with a 15 and 10 here in Mount Pocono. So the colder air seems to be staying out west here, but this cooler weather staying here with us here in Pennsylvania. The northeast part of Pennsylvania, live radar here, not showing too much of anything. There is some, remaining snow flurries that we could be seeing tonight. I said in the tease that we could be seeing some as we go through the next few hours here overnight. So just be careful. Nothing really to delay anything for tomorrow, but just that precaution out there that there could be some snow squalls moving through our area for the next few hours. 12 degrees here at WYLN. The wind chill, though, at 3 degrees. So it's pretty cold, especially up here, and no rainfall today. Now, Nanticoke, Wilkes-Barre, Kingston, Pittston, Lehman, all coming in the 20s. So it's still pretty cold even up there in the Wyoming Valley for you watching up in Wilkes-Barre. Current temperature is 20 at the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton Airport, 21 in Williamsport, 16 up at Mount Pocono. Now let's take a look at the next, really Thursday moving into Friday. There's not a lot going on. There is some clouds moving through this area, but we see a lot of the snow staying up here in New York, but we could get a stray, snow squall shower passing through our area Thursday, so just be aware of that. And taking it closer to home, we see some of those clouds moving through, which could bring some of those squalls with us. You're traveling tonight, low temperature of 15 in Towanda, 15 in Wilkes-Barre. There's those snow squalls, as I mentioned, throughout the area, so just be careful tonight if you're going in third shift or even coming home from second shift. Just be aware of those. And then on tomorrow, Thursday, high temperature 34 in Wilkes-Barre, 28 in Mount Pocono, 35 in Selinsgrove, Williamsport at 33, and we're leaving this chance of a snow squall throughout the day here as well. 7-day forecast here in WYLN, pretty much the same what we've been talking about for the past couple of days. We're going to see, again, a snow squall possible going into Thursday. But Thursday, Friday, not looking too bad. Saturday, there is a chance for maybe some rain and a thunderstorm, with Sunday being a possibility of some snow flurries. And then back into the work week, not looking too bad. But those low temperatures staying with us at night in the teens are even lower, 20s, and even a 33, so not looking too bad. Stay with us. More is coming up right after this.
For over 25 years, Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range, 118 Boulevard Road, Bloomsburg, has provided professionally designed skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields. All stations are handicap accessible with resident NRA certified shooting instructors on site. There are packages available to fit anyone's budget, restaurant and catering on site. Our facility is also available for weddings, business meetings, bachelor and private parties. Call 570-384-2314. WYLN TV 35 has strong ties to the community, as evident in its commitment to important causes like the American Cancer Society and Helping Hand Society telethons. WYLN's commitment to northeastern Pennsylvania continues with a broadcast of Hazelton's Funfest Parade and both the Christmas and St. Patrick's Day parades in Wilkes-Barre. In the summer, we broadcast the Weatherly and Giants of Spare Hill Climb, and throughout the year, we provide important community services through the broadcast of town meetings, school board meetings, election night coverage, and other events. WYLN, we're your local network.
Hi, I'm Bill Washko. Join me for a Let's Talk Chiropractic when our guest, Rick Ryder, professional wrestler, will be on with Dr. Stacy and Dr. John. Only on WYLN TV 35.
A generous donation was made by a local organization to an animal rescue in Stroudsburg. Our Julie Stefanovich has more on this story.
This afternoon, Beds for Paws in Hazleton donated 35 pet beds, a carrier, and cat bunk beds to Camp Papillion in Stroudsburg. Founder of Beds for Paws, Paul Katner, has been creating the handmade pieces since his retirement. To date, his organization has supplied over 23 shelters with over 330 beds, 40 cat beds, and cat hammocks. We talked to Paul about today's contribution.
This is what we do. I mean, this is our life. Basically, since I retired, we're making beds for the animal shelters.
Paul receives donations for the beds from businesses like Boscov's and the Beltway Diner. The restaurant gave $100 to the camp. He also receives ongoing funding from the business.
And I get donations on a monthly basis from the patrons of their diners and patrons of their restaurants, and I appreciate that wholeheartedly.
Camp Papillion is an animal rescue. Members just opened a new facility 6 weeks ago. Donations coordinator Wayne Martin told us about the work that they do.
The facility's in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, and right now it's dogs, cats, we had some guinea pigs come through, birds. Whatever animals need help, we don't care. We'll help them. Being new, any donation is phenomenal, and to be able to get beds to keep all of our animals up off the floor and everything, and words can't describe how grateful we are to get every donation, and something like this is just absolutely incredible.
All of the beds are handmade by Paul himself. He also welcomes donations and help from volunteers.
The bed and tail, I go out, get the pipe, cut the material, sew them. So far we've made over about 500 of them for the shelters, and all these are provided at no cost to shelters. I do it all entirely by myself anymore because we used to have helpers, but we have nobody now. So basically, if anybody wants to chip in and help, they know my www.bedsforpaws.com.
If you are thinking about giving an animal a loving home, Camp Papillion can deliver one right to your doorstep. You can get more information on adoption at camppapillion.org. You can also lend a helping hand to Paul by visiting bedsforpaws.com. In Hazleton, for WYLN News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thank you, Julie. Coming up next, Eric T. Baradinas is in with sports here on WYLN. Plus, Gary Perno will have one final look at our forecast. Stay tuned.
WYLN is proud to announce a huge technical upgrade to our channels that will bring a better digital picture and expanded coverage area to viewers all over northeastern and central Pennsylvania. In addition to Channel 35.1 in Hazleton, you can watch a crystal clear picture in Berwick and Columbia County on Channel 47.1 and in East Stroudsburg on Channel 24.1. And we're proud to announce Pennsylvania's newest TV station, Channel 9.1 in Williamsport, serving Lycoming, Montour, Northumberland, and Union counties. Now more than ever, WYLN is your local network.
Watch Off the Beaten Path on WYLN TV 35 and discover the Pennsylvania you never knew existed.
Already past the midway point of the high school hoop season, so we think we have a pretty good idea of where local teams stand. The top 7 area teams unveiled in our WYLN boys and girls basketball power rankings. Blue Mountain is a newcomer to the ranks. You can't ignore the Eagles anymore. Berwick also making their first appearance in the top 7. Nanticoke steady at number 5, the Trojans with a few big tests over the next week. Shenandoah has already qualified for districts and seemed to be the front runner in District 11 Class A. Minersville, a true threat in the Schuylkill League and in AA. Hazleton, number 2, and even when the Cougars don't play their best game, they are capable of blowing teams out, and Pottsville not losing and not budging from that top spot. Sliding over to the girls' rankings, Marion drops to number 7 after losing their first 2 games of the season last week. Nanticoke beat Redeemer, so they get the edge at 5. Dallas beat Hazleton, but the Lady Cougars currently playing a little bit better. Then the Lady Mounts. Blue Mountain, sneaky good at number 2. And finally, Minersville put on a complete show of dominance against Marion last week, cementing the Lady Miners at number 1 for the foreseeable future. Tuesday, the Baby Penguins going for win number 6 in a row to kick off their season-long trip of 6 road games in a row. Wilkes-Barre-Scranton at St. John's. The Ice Caps were eager to knock off the Atlantic Division's finest. Just 21 seconds in, Gabriel Dumont beats Matt Murray, but the All-Star and reigning goaltender of the year clamps down. Maybe a bit of luck there, but 33 more saves on the night for Murray. Second period, another Pens All-Star evens it up. Derek Pouliot from the point on the power play, and it's 1-1. Third period now, Jean-Sebastian D, initially denied, doesn't miss the second time. That proves to be the game-winning goal, D's 5th game winner of the season. That's tied with teammate Scott Wilson for the league lead. 2-1 is the final. 6 straight now as the Pens and Ice Caps battle again tonight. A track known for being tricky, Pocono Raceway, has made efforts to become safer. Today, track president Brandon Ildowski announced that the pit wall at Pocono has been lengthened by 100 feet with 6,600 feet of safer barrier being added, with more to come before the 2017 season. In 2015, IndyCar driver Justin Wilson died from injuries sustained from a freak accident that occurred at Pocono. In 2016, NASCAR will appear in Long Pond in June and July, with IndyCar returning in August. In college football, it's typically not good news if you're constantly in the news in mid-January. Penn State has suffered several losses over the past few days between coaches and players, but today they found a replacement. The Nittany Lions announced the hiring of Matt Limegrover as the team's new offensive line coach, replacing Herb Hand, who took the same job with Auburn earlier this week. Limegrover, a Pittsburgh native, most recently served as assistant head coach, offensive coordinator, and offensive line coach at Minnesota before being fired in November. Now, over the past 2 seasons, Penn State has really struggled with inconsistent play from their line. And this Justin Nittany Lions redshirt junior running back Akil Lynch has announced via Twitter that he intends to transfer upon receiving his degree in the spring. More on the latest PSU transfer tonight on Late Edition Sports. Plus, we'll have boys basketball highlights from the Wyoming Valley Conference. But next, Gary Perna is in with a final look at the forecast. Stay tuned.
If you haven't found the perfect fishing getaway, you haven't been to Captain's Cove. Located on Henderson Harbor in upstate New York, Captain's Cove offers a variety of accommodations to please just about anyone. The motel, also located on the harbor, offers a magnificent view. Enjoy free morning coffee, air-conditioned rooms, cable TV, and HBO. The cottage can accommodate up to 8 people with 3 bedrooms, a complete kitchen, washer-dryer, 2 full baths, air conditioning, an outside grill, and picnic table. Call us today for rates and information at 1-800-824-FISH.
WILN TV 35, first in live sports. Join Marty Burns, Joe DeMelfi, and the entire WILN sports team as we bring you the best in live local sports. WILN TV 35, the event, not just the highlights.
All right, so tonight's low's not looking bad. 15 up in Wilkes-Barre. We'll see the same down here. A little cooler. We probably get down into the low, very low temperatures, single digits here. But tomorrow not looking too bad. There's a chance for a snow squall or moving through our area tonight into tomorrow, but shouldn't really have any effects on traveling in the morning or even overnight. Just be careful. You get a little slick, but nothing too major. In the 7-day forecast, pretty much looking the same. Thursday and Friday not looking bad. Saturday we could see some rain showers, even a thunderstorm pass through our area with a high of 40. That should melt all the snow out there. And then Sunday some flurries as well. Not looking too bad. The overnight temperatures early part here on Thursday into Friday, Friday into Saturday not looking bad, but back down into the teens as we return back to work the following week. So I wish I could bring you good news of sunshine and very warm temperatures, but it just looks like it's not going to happen.
I tried. Sunshine.
Yeah, a little bit. But
all right. Well, yesterday certainly was a wake-up call for that weather. A long time to take to get home and people out traveling. But I have to say there were many travelers out there that were being very cautious. So
Yeah.
as long as everybody stays on that path and
Just take your time and everyone will get home fine, No need to rush in the snowstorm.
no, but it does have some cancellations though.
Yeah, our game last
because of
night
yesterday.
canceled, but Holy Redeemer at MMI Prep Friday, 7:30 here on WILN.
All right, sounds good. Make sure to tune in. Have a good one, everyone.